Hello everybody. So today I'm going to be telling a kind of a story, and I've been meaning to do this for a year and a half, but I haven't until now, and so I finally sat down and planned it. I was basically snowed in today. You can't really see it anymore, but it is still snowing, and so I thought it would be a good time to sit down and do this. So in the summer of 2015, Kelly Clarkson announced her open mic contest. She said that she was inspired by an aspiring artist to kind of think about how hard it is to get in a foothold in this entertainment industry. And so she decided to create the contest. And you had to submit a video of yourself performing, post it online, use the proper hashtags, etc., etc. And then Kelly would pick someone from every state or every location, I believe, where she would be performing, and that person would get to perform on stage during her show. When I saw this, I kind of thought, okay, it's just like a lot of other contests out there, whatever. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know what? Sounds cool. I love Kelly Clarkson, which I will get to in a second. And it's just something that is one of those things where you're like, why not? Just go for it. What do you have to lose? What do you have to gain? If I didn't get it, I didn't get it. If I did get it, holy crap, that's really freaking cool. So I just did it. And I ended up doing a cover of Learn to Fly by the Foo Fighters because I really love that song. And I had kind of messed around on the guitar and figured out a way to make it a little bit different than the original, make it my own. So that was what I went with. And I posted it, and then I kind of moved on for a while. And on July 9th, as I have in this image, I got an email, and the email said, "Congratulations, Shannon, you have been selected by Kelly to perform in Mansfield as part of her open mic night on the Piece by Piece tour." Now, when I opened this email, all I saw was Kelly Clarkson open mic contest, and I thought, oh god, it's just going to be an email saying, thank you for your entry, but you didn't get it. Now that I think about it, I'm not really sure why they would email me and be like, sorry, you suck, but that was what I thought at the time. So when I opened the email and saw "Congratulations, Shannon," I'm pretty sure that was all I read before I screamed and nearly started crying, and my mother thought that I had almost died or injured myself or something, which is fair because I fall like a lot and I trip a lot, so yeah, she had the right to be worried. I just was amazed, honestly, because I've loved Kelly Clarkson since I was in 4th grade, I think. She's one of the first people that I remember actually winning American Idol. Like, you know, I knew people before her had won, but it was one of the first times that I really kind of paid attention to the contest. And one of her albums, it was Breakaway, 2004, which it's insane that that was 13 years ago. But I was obsessed with this album, and I loved her voice, I loved her lyrics. I kind of grew up listening to that album and some of her others, and they changed as I changed, kind of. It was sort of like I got to understand them more the older I got, and so I loved them since I was younger, and I already had that attachment, and then because I got to kind of grow up and understand what she was saying more, that attachment just grew even stronger. So I love Kelly Clarkson. And even in my first talent show, I sang Breakaway, and it was quite a performance. I look back on it now and I'm so proud of it, and it was the first time I'd ever gotten up on stage and sang like that by myself, and it was absolutely incredible, and I'm really grateful that I got to do that and that I did that then, and that it started a whole series of performances and singings and all of that, but it's still really embarrassing. So yes, so it came time for the show, and I was allowed to bring a guest with me, which was really awesome because it kind of meant that I didn't get super nervous, and it also meant that I had someone there to take pictures and to experience it all with me, and kind of kept me more grounded in the moment. So I brought my friend Anna, and we sat backstage. We sat in the craft services food area, I suppose. It was kind of like a break room. And we just kind of chilled. And soon it came time for rehearsal. So I mainly just kind of talked with the musical director about how it could be arranged and what I had in mind and what he thought would work out the best. And I got to listen to a professional band play this amazing song that I really love right in front of me, and not only that, but kind of play around with the adjustments that I had made. And I had backup singers singing backup, and I still am a little bit speechless thinking about that. It's something that you can imagine all you want, but you never imagine it how it's really gonna be, and you can't even picture how awesome it is. And it was one of those moments where I felt really, truly happy. And I can't even put it any other way or say anything else about it. And that was just the beginning of that night. At one point, I also had to do a sound check. Kelly came out and she said hello. At one point before that, she had come backstage and we had a brief conversation. And she's so sweet, and she's one of the nicest people. And sometimes you watch celebrities on TV or you listen to them and you wonder what they're like in real life, but she's genuinely one of the kindest people. It felt like I had just kind of known her for a while, and it just felt very comfortable to talk to her. And when I was on stage, she came out and she tried to reassure me and make me feel better, and she truly did. It was great, because to perform in front of that many people after performing in front of a very small audience in your high school's auditorium is a lot. So it was incredible. I loved that I was able to meet her, to not just sing in her show or to meet her when I was on stage, but to meet her beforehand and talk to her. So that was amazing. Then it came time for the show. We had really awesome, front row-ish seats. We were super close. So that was awesome. Forget the fact that I was going to go up on stage and perform. I got to watch 3 of my favorite musicians perform. I got to see Eric Hutchinson, Pentatonix, and Kelly Clarkson live. And I'd seen Kelly Clarkson once before, but this time I had met her beforehand, so that was pretty freaking cool. Eric Hutchinson was amazing. Then came Pentatonix, and if you think that they're amazing on CD, well, they somehow do the acapella thing live and don't mess up and sound flawless, and I was just in shock. Eventually, one of the people from backstage came to get me, bring me up on stage, and Anna came with me again. She got to stand backstage while I performed, and it was the nicest feeling, because it was okay, here's one of my best friends, she's right there, I know she's there, I don't feel 100% alone up here in front of thousands of people. And she also got to take pictures, which was super cool. So we just kind of stood there and we waited, and I didn't know how to feel. I don't even know if I felt nervous or excited. And then I went out on stage, and then next thing I knew, the band had kicked up and I started singing, and I just kind of went with it, and I listened to people cheer me on, and I got into the music. I got into the fact that I had this band right behind me and these singers, and I loved it, and it was amazing, and I don't even feel like I was there. I think I had an out-of-body experience, because I'm not sure if I can 100% even remember it happening, or how I felt, or anything.
She is so cool. She submitted this video, and it's so awesome. She's singing a Foo Fighters song, but she has this pure, angelic voice that is so awesome.
I was done, and I had announced what my YouTube channel was, and I left the stage with Anna, and we went back and we enjoyed the rest of the show, and we got to watch Kelly perform. I got to hear her do a lot of her new songs. I even got to hear her do Breakaway, and I cried a little because it was absolutely insane to watch someone who I loved singing this song that was the first song that I ever really sang on stage after I had just performed on the same stage as her. That was pretty much my evening, and I left and I got to go say hi to my parents again. I had seen them a few points throughout the day, but not too much, and I got to say hi to my aunt and cousin, I think my grandparents, and my voice teacher who had come to see me, and some of her other students. One of my best friends, Guthrie, and it was funny because these are all people who had seen me perform before and were at shows, and it kind of just felt the same. It was like, oh yeah, I performed, you're here, you came to support me, I am so happy to see you. But instead, I had just sung in front of thousands of people with an internationally known pop star. It was so strange and so cool. And I hope that I could convey everything that I wanted to, that I truly was grateful, it truly was amazing, that this isn't me trying to brag, this is me trying to document this incredible thing that happened to me, and it still feels just as exciting, and I am so grateful that I had that opportunity to do this.